So Adrian, you've been overseas, namely in Silicon Valley, for 18 years, and you've come back to head up Data 61. What brought you back?
So I think we're at a pivotal time in history for the country. Every sector of the economy is becoming data-driven, and if Australia doesn't understand these new economic structures and the technology that allows our industries to become data-driven, we're going to get left behind in a way that's really hard to catch up.
And one of the biggest criticisms about this idea of when we bring science and business together is that things happen too slow. But in the data space, things have to work twice as fast.
That's exactly right. So data science as a science discipline, the half-life of the breakthroughs is faster or shorter than other disciplines of science. So what we've got to do is not only invest in the science, but also the translation of the science. So it's the science and the technology, it's the research and the development.
So Data 61 is a part of CSIRO. Is that the way it works?
It is. So we're the combination of what was NICTA, National ICT Australia, and CSIRO's digital productivity team.
So Data 61 is part of the CSIRO, which is a government-run body. It's the public sector. You've come from a very dynamic private sector background. How are you, bringing all this stuff together to help avoid some of the friction that creates?
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of scale, Data 61 is 1,100 people, 680 PhDs, including students. And the way we've organised it is as a network, not an institution. So a lot of flexibility with people moving in and out of the organisation. Single relationship across 23 unis, deep relationships with government and deep relationships into the private sector.
So how do you pull the private sector into the projects that you're running in Data 61?
Well, fundamentally, we believe that the R&D model for corporates is changing. So as every industry becomes data-driven, they can't keep up with the pace. They can't hire the talent that they need. So we think that $1.8 trillion global R&D spend is going to shift to an open innovation model. So we assemble teams for corporates around the world to solve problems that can result in new lines of business for them.
Almost like out-tasking innovation to the government sector.
That's an element.
Wow. So what do you want to see come out of today's event?
So what I'd like to see come out of the conference is a deep understanding across industry, government and academia, all the stakeholders, of Data 61's capability, and that we're here to collaborate and that we're easy to collaborate with.
Because a lot of successful commercialisation is about bringing people together, yeah?
It's all about people. At the end of the day, it's all about people in terms of the invention and the breakthroughs and also the commercialization. And at the core of the commercialization is entrepreneurship. So we also need entrepreneurially minded people that understand the science and the technology.
Entrepreneurs, science, we put them together, what happens?
We create new industry for Australia.
For you personally, what do you want to get out of today?
I'd like to meet more people. So I'm relatively new to this role, and doing a lot of listening right now to understand what we can be doing different and better to support others in the system and also to support Australia.
In your role and your capacity at Data 61, what fires you up? What gets you passionate?
So the thing that fires me up is that we're undergoing change, societal change, on par with when we moved from agriculture to manufacturing. And now we're moving to data-driven industries underpinned by platform economics. And understanding how those new economic structures work really fires me up. They're naturally monopolistic. They scale 3 times faster than any other cohort of company in history. And our strength industries are about to be hit by these new economic structures, and we need to understand it better.
So what's the threat to Australia and the opportunity?
I think it's speed. The rest of the world is moving faster than we are, and we need to lift our cadence and move faster. But we have all the ingredients here. We understand the industry, we've got great universities, great minds, we just need to put it together and we can create new industries that are globally relevant.